All right, Coach. All right, Coach, we got a lot to unpack after that one. I guess the question to you is, in your talk to the team post-game, is it a message of, all right, guys, that's what it's going to take each and every night to put yourself in a position to win basketball games?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our competitiveness went to another level. We started the game competing. We had a somewhat of a drop-off in the third quarter, and then we just took it to another level. That's how we got in the game and took the lead, I believe. We took the lead by 1 or 2 or something like that. So we have to do that every game, and we can't wait till we get down 20 points. I told the team the same thing.
Did Trey Murphy maybe turn a corner tonight in the sense that even if the shot's not falling, you can impact the game in other ways, specifically on the offensive glass and the stickbacks? I mean, that sequence that he had, you know, that might have been the sequence, the early sequence of his young career.
Absolutely. I'm proud of Trey. He responded along with the rest of our guys. And everyone that touched the floor tonight, they came in and they responded. It's just tough, man, coming up short like we are. There's no moral victories in the NBA. And as much as I am proud of our guys, I'm disappointed in the fact that we lost, and that won't change.
You guys got back into that game, started the fourth quarter. It looked like a lot of reserves were on the floor. Just what did you see from your bench overall tonight? Did you think it was a step in the right direction?
Yeah, it is. Our guys, once again, they came in, they played together, they played with force. We all competed. We shared the ball. We had 26 assists, a few too many turnovers against this team. Once again, our margin for error is really small. So we have to take care of the ball and get quality shots every time down the floor. For the most part, we did that, but we're playing against a team offensively that is one of the best in the NBA.
Yeah, and what did you just see defensively from your team on Harden? I mean, I know it's a great player, but pretty big night from him.
Yeah, we just tried to mix up our coverages on him and show him different looks, make him get off the ball. He did a really good job of getting to the free throw line, and that's the key, is make him take tough shots, but keeping him off the free throw line. And tonight he got down the lane, he stuck his arms out, we reached, he goes to the free throw line. That's how he's able to rest and score more points.
And how much have you guys been pushing Trey to use his size and get on the boards like he was tonight?
We push all of our guys, Trey included. They have to step on the floor and do things, Graf, like you said, that is not about scoring. It's about how can I help my team, how can I help my teammates without necessarily scoring, setting screens, running the floor hard, cutting, rebounding the ball, making an extra pass. We did that tonight. We just came up short.
And we talk about it all the time, but just another big challenge for Trey. You guys had him on Harden a little bit, had him on Durant a little bit. Just how do you think he handled that tonight?
He handled it well. He went out and he competed his tail off. That's all we can ask for. But the bar is set, and we have to continue in this direction. We can't have letdowns, and we can't play against teams that we feel like we can beat and just not compete. Tonight we competed. Most games we compete. But we can't wait till we get down 20. That's the deal for us.
Coach, tonight felt like it was the most balanced night you guys had from a scoring standpoint. Is this kind of the recipe you're looking for while, Zion remains out and whenever Brandon Ingram gets back?
Yeah, it is. Everyone has to step up, which they did tonight. And once again, I'm proud of the way we played, how we played together. We fought, and that's what it's going to take. All of our guys have to step up, no matter who's on the floor. And tonight we did that. For the most part, we did that tonight.
Yeah, and Garrett's a guy you stuck with, even though he's had a couple nights where his shot was a little off, had a season high in scoring tonight. Just what did you kind of see from him out there?
He's a vet. He knows how to play. He's getting his legs under him, which is really good to see. And that's just added value. When we are healthy, when we get fully healthy, we have guys that can come in and contribute at a high level for us. Garrett is one of them. Sato, Trey, Herb, all of those guys can come in and contribute. And that's what we need. All right. Thank you, guys.
Recording in progress.
Garrett, I know that was not the result you wanted, but what did you see from, your team in the fourth quarter there, slicing into that 21-point lead and getting back in the game?
I think it was really big, especially, the team, the guys that were out there. Coaches kind of challenged them. The Trey Murphys, Jackson Hayes, Herb, they had some really big plays. Trey's, 3 or 4 rebound, for the and one type thing. Just is a microcosm of how he needs to play for us and what we need him to do. Obviously, he can shoot threes, but to be able to affect the game like that, and just the way that they were playing, Nikhil was doing a great job defending on the ball, and that's how we got to play in the entire time.
Yeah, and more to that point, I know Trey's a guy reputation who shoot the 3 ball, but how good was it just to see him get on the glass like that and impact the game in that way?
It was really good. Corey talked about how they watched film and talked about how to affect the game in other ways. Obviously, he's a shooter, but to stay on the court and you do multiple things on the court. And Murph is long and athletic, and if he's able to offensive rebound for us like that and then get putbacks, that's going to be really big for him.
Yeah, season high for you scoring tonight. Just what were you able to do to get yourself going on that end?
Got a couple shots. I missed way too many easy ones. But just being aggressive. Watched some film with Casey Hill on the Dallas game, and last game I passed up a few threes, and especially obviously the way the team is built right now, I need to be aggressive and make sure I shoot those shots. We were able to see a few go down. Wish I'd been able to get a couple more in the second half to get up, but like I said, the way that we were able to play that beginning of the fourth quarter, the young guys really showed the starters how we need to play with that effort and that intensity.
And like you said, getting that type of effort from the entire team, not just the starters. How big was that coming off of that last game where, there was so much frustration about the way that went?
It was really good, really good. But the thing is, though, the league, you're going to get up for the Brooklyn Nets more times than not, the Golden State Warriors, the Milwaukee Bucks of the league. But we got to do that against every team in the league. And it has to be everybody. Obviously, they're going to make some tough shots. KD made some obviously tough shots tonight, as did James. But at the end of the day, if you keep chopping wood and playing aggressively and hard, you'll more than likely have better outcomes than bad outcomes.
Hey, man, I know you've been at this a long time. Is there any stretch comparable in your NBA career to the one, the Pelicans are in now? And if so, how did that team pull out of it?
Honestly, not that I can remember. But again, as we keep saying, we got, 50 points on the bench. Hopefully, BI is able to come back pretty quickly. But no matter what, no matter who's out there on the court, we have talent. And if we play the right way, we can win games. And obviously, if we can get those guys back, it'll give us a little better chance. But we have the talent to win. It would be different again if we were losing every game by 25, 30. But that's only happened once. So we know what we need to do. We just got to try to continue to do it consistently.
Garrett, what will it take just to get over the hump? You talked about that run. I think it was like 32 to 8 or something like that, and you guys were up by 3 points, I think, with about 4 minutes to go. But finishing off the game, is it just a matter of playing a little bit cleaner? What, in your opinion, has got to go right?
Yeah, I honestly need to go look. We had 15 turnovers. I'd love to see how many we had in that, that last stretch. I'm trying to remember the plays, the offensive possessions that we had. Because obviously they had a closer in KD. He was getting the ball at his spots, forcing us to double team. And then with them having Mills, James, and Joe on the perimeter, that was difficult for us. So in terms of us offensively, again, when you get BI back, you get Z back, you got other guys that you can go to at the end of the game. You see what they did. They just gave it to one person, and it was more of an ISO situation.
And, obviously, Harden and KD, those are two of the most elite players in the world offensively. Just how good is it, that experience for Trey to be able to go against those guys and see what that's like?
It's great. There's no better teacher than to just be thrown in the fire. So for, Herb is getting tested basically every time he's out there with his defensive ability, we're gonna put him on, top two guys on the court, whether it be a 4 or 2 or 3 or point guard, and we feel really comfortable with his ability to defend. Trey's learning. His length and his athleticism gives him a chance to be a really good defender in this league. But it's really good for them to learn this way, and they're going to make mistakes obviously because they're young. But as long as they make them aggressively, we'll live with it. No problem.
Trey, the tone of that game changed a little bit in the fourth quarter. During that stretch, you had those 2 offensive rebounds, those 2 putbacks. Just what's kind of your mentality of ways to impact the game, even when the 3-ball might not be falling?
My PD coach, Corey Brewer, challenged me after the Dallas game to just impact the game and, show why you want to be on the court and show how you can help the team. And, there's times where my jumper isn't falling, but still got to do other things. And I feel like offensive rebounding is something I can really do because I'm a great athlete and I'm long as well. So, once my jumper starts really clicking with, all of the stuff I can do to impact the game, it's going to be a really scary day.
Yeah, I mean, a guy who's changed a lot of games with his energy. Does it help, I guess, like receive that message knowing it's come from a guy who, had such a long, successful career in the league like that?
100%. I mean, definitely try to be a sponge and just listen to what everybody has to say because, they've been there and they've done it before. I mean, this is my first year. I haven't done anything. So just listening to them and making sure I stay ready is something that I've always been trying to do.
How big was it for you guys to back in the game to get back with most of the bench guys out there and being able to do that as a unit and not just with the starters?
I mean, it's a confidence booster for sure. I mean, I know Coach Green challenged our second unit after the Dallas game because I want to say we had like 10 bench points, if that, and didn't really do a ton for the game. And I feel like we responded pretty well, and we just got to keep that same energy every single game.
Yeah, and I talked to Garrett about the challenge of 2 young guys like you and Herb going against KD. And I guess what was that experience like, seeing those guys in person and trying to handle everything they do?
I mean, you just got to be really high alert with those guys because they're so smart and they're really good at basketball. And so you just got to make sure that you're, just on edge at all times, and you got to understand, they're going to hit tough shots, and you can't get down about that because, it is what it is, basketball. It's not baseball. Like, good offense is going to be good defense, so you just got to keep moving on to the next play.
Yeah, and Willie's talked about post-game. Of course, there's no moral victories. You guys want the real thing. But is there anything you're going to take away from this game? Was it maybe that burst or just something from this game where it stands out for you for at least a while?
I would say just continue to impact the game. Like, second unit came in and impacted the game, brought it back in, just gave it a chance so we could fight. I mean, at the end of the day, you just want a chance to be able to like you just want a chance to be able to fight at the end of the game and not be down 20 or down 15 with like 2 minutes left. You gotta just put the ball into best player's hands and hope for the best. Oh.